Let's hit it. Another one, all about the beginning phase. Getting on board, start your journey to live the successful lifestyle. Today, it came up to my mind to put something together, um, from the beginning, like the start point. So many people that they're in the situation that they gotta start somewhere, right? So instead of me bringing knowledge over here, um, about a specific thing that could be like right in the middle of the journey, or like you know um, few steps after, or after, like, because I'm pretty much going through like experience, right? But when I started like dominate my thoughts, started like master my self-discipline, self-mastery on like consistency, being persisting and following through with my word, and being able to get a wins here and there and not miss it, and start my day with my morning routine. Doesn't matter like what happens. Um, that is like uh, how you say, not negotiable. So doesn't matter what happened. Like I can go to the bed at late. I can have like different activities um, and things like that. But I'm gonna get up at that time, right? And so have all those things. When you're already there, that means you already build habits, and you already um, develop so many um, things that is already in place that you could be on that level, right? But for people that not yet taking control of their life, leading their days with power, control, and win after win, and it's different, right? Because it's like a transformation phase. You on that phase, so you got to get unstuck, right? You got to drop some bad habits. You got to, change the way you live. Your lifestyle got to change, right? The way you live, the way you do things. So it's not complicated. I mean, the beginning and afterwards pretty much the same. Afterwards is kind of like keeping up what you already figured out that works on your lifestyle, right? To make sure you always constantly winning. So with that, I say the most important thing to get started, get going, when you on board on the journey to building a successful lifestyle, I say the morning routine. Because when you start um, already like winning, kind of like the mind, the brain feels like, okay, I already start like good. Because think about it, like when you start your day and you're not uh, feeling good about your day because you already wake up late, you feel lazy, not like feeling like you're gonna do a lot that day, right? Um, Stuff like that. So um, if you just jumpstart your day and you start um, already winning, it's going to be much better for you to build out the habits. So I say the morning routine, and also a regular exercise, right? And then that's going to open up the doors for you to start eating better, because one thing is going to attract the other thing, right? One thing is going to attract the other thing, and then those are should be the most important ones. So get your morning routine, find out what time you're going to be getting up, right? Let's say at least do it, like average people getting up like 5:30, 6 o'clock. At least do it like, 4:35, like the maximum 5, but at least do 4:30 so you can have a sense of like, uh, uh, um, not average, be like, at least I'm not getting up as everybody else, like an average person that is just surviving. I got to be able to win more, something to boost up, boost it up, like your self-esteem, your confidence. You need something to kind of like set you apart, you know, um, so you can feel like you going a little bit more or a little bit extra, so you can start expecting like, okay, if I'm having all this time in the morning, so much I can do. So now you can start thinking and feeling like, okay, um, wow, I didn't know that I have all this time available. And then what you got to do, you just got to exchange that time that you're going to spend that night, right? Drinking, sitting on the sofa, smoking cigarettes, watching TV, sitting the porch, right? Come on, exchange that time, for a good sleep, and you get up early, Then if you can get up like on the 4:30, you're gonna have extra things you can do. Like right there and there, you can just include something else. Maybe on the beginning, you should be like spending time on drawing, designing your blueprint, find out the things you gotta have so you know where you're going to build your lifestyle. Maybe that was going to be on the first days. Maybe you're going to take a lot of time in there. You're going to be thinking like how you want your life to be. Because when you go in there and you sit down and you'll be like, okay, if I have everything that I need, all the money, all the tools, all the resources, how my life would be, right? So that means you took all the limitations out of the way, and you're just going to build the kind of type of lifestyle that you admire, that you feel proud about it, right? How you want your health to be, which levels, how you want body to be, how you want your money to be, how you want to do with your weekend time, how you want to do with your weekdays time, right? How hard you want to implement certain things in your life. Because some people be like, oh, you're working too much, you got to balance things and this and that. But it's never too much when it comes to eating. It's never too much when it comes to sleep. It's never too much when it comes to these other things that we do every day. So if we eat and we sleep and we do all these things every day and we drink, right? How come we cannot do other things that is going to benefit our lives, right? Such as, kind of do a walk or an active exercise just to get the body moving, right? It ain't got to be only about lifting weights and looking jacked and ripped, but it can be about just active exercise like walking, right? Better than just sitting at home all day. So that's when you see like that is just a story that people tell themselves to make themselves feel better when they don't do it every day, or to give them the allowance to take off, right? But when you live in your successful life, every day is an off day. It's not really a work day, right? Because that's the way you want to live. That's your blueprint. And it's different from somebody else's blueprint. That's why you can list to those things. And then in the beginning, I say, keep it to yourself, because a lot of people are going to be like, you crazy, man. You're getting up at this time in the morning just because you want to work out, or just because you want to study something. You can do this at night, So all these things, those naysayers is going to throw you off. Just keep it to yourself. And then when they start seeing the changes on you, the results on you, and then if they ask you, and then maybe you share, right? But you should protect your energy. Protect your energy as much as possible, right? You don't want nothing negative coming in, so it blocks your flow. You want it to keep your high vibration to the maximum. And then when you start doing those things too, you get so aware, and your awareness level is so high that you start seeing what is fucked up. You start seeing that you was on the autopilot, kind of like on the where they say the rat race, like spinning your wheels and not moving nowhere. And now you're taking control of your life. You have time to like learn something new in the morning, to spend time with God, would spend time with yourself. You have like that moment that the mind is come down, like the mind is calm, right? You got that peace, and you got that time, Then you have your coffee, save your money on your coffee, save your money on your water. You have your things organized in your house. You go to work out, and then you go to your day. By the time you get to the job, you feel like, wow, I'm running circles on these people that just got up right now and come straight to work. They even could make their coffee. They complaining that they running late. They getting here late. They just jump in the car, right? Some of them don't even brush their teeth, right? And you did all that. You went to the gym, you did sauna, you took a shower, you probably hit the jacuzzi, you probably swim a little bit, You got to do those things for yourself, right? And you can do all those things in the morning, right? And then you combine the exercise, the morning routine, and you're waking up early. Now you're reading a book, you take 30 minutes off your morning time and you read the book. So let's say you got to be somewhere. That's why I wake up to 30, because I give myself enough time to do all these things, right? I hit all these things before my day even start. By the time I get to 12 o'clock, I got about 20 wins. You know, I got a good 7 wins just by the time I'm done with my exercise in the morning, right? Because previous to that, I'm doing so many things early on in my day, right? I would just get up, I just read my purpose. Sometimes I write my goals, not all the time because I'm constantly reading my purpose. I already know my goals, right? So I don't got a plan B. But sometimes I rewrite them just to reinforce, right? And then I have my moment with God, my prayer, and then I drink 20 to 30 ounces of water, no electronic at the time, and then I go into reading the Bible, and then I read a book that I'm reading that week or that month. That I don't take a month to read a book. It's like a week or two, I'm done with a book and I jump to another book, right? Something that I'm want to improve myself on, right? So I get something that I know that I got to improve that area of myself, right? And then when you're done with that, you just grab another book, or maybe you're doing a course, right? Maybe you're doing um, something that you just come up with, right? Maybe you're doing the guiding that I'm gonna the guide and the blueprint. Let's say you're doing something like that, you got this guide, this blueprint. You're gonna open up. You can do it everything today. Depends on the time you get up. You're gonna do it some today. You're gonna do something the next day. But let's say you're gonna do this guide for the end of the week. Now I'm gonna start this blueprint Monday, and by Friday I'm gonna have it done. And everything that you do, you should do it like that, with the time to start to finish. So your mind know that when it comes to this day, this got to be done. And during from day one to last day, you got to be doing something, right? So your mind gets back to you and tells you, and you get on action, right? Um, yeah, so that's the amazing two things that I have for you that you can store on improving your life, taking control back of your life. It starts with those two things. Because one, that you're knocking out the four hard things we lose control of our life is sleeping, eating, right? Healthy wise exercising, and I say probably the fourth one is which is like consistent self control and also persistency, because we get to do it once, twice, or for a good time, and then it fell off. Like people start going to the gym in the beginning of the year, and then by March they not doing no more. I say that the last one would be, it's kind of like what I could say to fit all those things, but it's kind of like a core, uh, when you locked up your word. I mean, I know that it's the consistent and things like that, but what really takes you off, what really separates you from doing what you have to do, um, it's like pretty much your self-talk. Your self-talk, your conscience, between your conscious and your subconscious, right? You got something in between, right? Because when you build the habit, you're already on the subconscious level, pretty much. You already passed from conscious to subconscious, and now your subconscious already got the message, and your body already understand that whatever you say go is going to go. Whatever you say we're going to get done, you're going to get done. You're already doing so many other things, and you don't miss it. um, Maybe self-talk, but I think at least for me, on my experience, it has worked with self-talk and keeping the flow, what you was talking about. Like people have these things about creating balance, always finding a way to take off. I don't take off. I'm living my successful lifestyle. I don't need to take off. As soon as I start taking off, as soon as I start eating different food, as soon as I start taking breaks, I just see myself going right out the window. And then I start having a drink here, drinking there. So, I just keep the flow. I just keep high vibration. I just keep going, because what I want is, this is what I want. I don't want to escape from my reality. My reality is a successful lifestyle, Kaizen, doing today better than yesterday, and tomorrow better than today. So anything that is going to be less than that, I don't want to be involved with that, right? It doesn't help me. It doesn't do anything for me. It's more like what everybody says to do, and it's more like what the society do. It's more like what the people do. But I don't want to do what people do. I want to do what I want to do. I have my blueprint, so I do what I want to do. I'm the captain here of this ship. and not taking to the direction that I want, and I'm the one putting the orders in, and everything goes the way I say it goes, right? So I'm in control. I'm leading, right? So that's how I feel. Maybe you should be the same one, do the same thing for your life, and run it that way, right? Because it's the best way to do it, and that's good morning. How you doing? It's the best way to do it, and on that way, it's no regrets because you're living your best life. You're doing the best things, right? Don't let little other things coming in, um, where you like your self talk, and your flow is going to be cut it because now you be like, yeah, but I deserve something different. It's kind of reward, and this and that and that and that, you know. But it's really reward one. You're not going to get the reward, right? I mean, just a successful lifestyle is paying sacrifice, but into like paradise. But these other things is instant pleasure, and then afterwards you don't get the paradise. So what you really doing, right? And that's what I came to the conclusion. I don't cut my flow, and I keep going, and I don't let my self talk take me to those things because that's how I almost got lost and could not come back, right? I started to improve my life. I started my personal development journey, and I was doing good. I was getting in shape. I was almost getting into my best body, and I was eating great. I was not drinking. I was not smoking. I dropped my vices. I was getting better and studying things that I wanted to study, building my skills, and moving forward in life to do the things that I want to do. But then little by little, with those little rewards, all those little break, the balance, all this bullshit that people say, when I start taking it off, cutting my flow, the self-talk, that is like, I got two people. I got the negative warlord and the positive warlord. Then the negative warlord start taking over, and when you see they dominate, where I don't have no power over my negative warlord, and my positive warlord is dying out. So now I'm just 100% with my positive world because that's what I really want out of life, right? I don't want to take a little break and give a bad example to my daughter when I'm drinking or when I'm smoking, right? Oh no, so now I just smoke cigars, and when I smoke cigars, it's just one here and there. It's like once in a while, but still, it's a bad habit. Turns to a bad habit. Was a point that I was smoking 2 cigars a day, right? And then it's supposed to be like 1 cigar a year. I know the habit is the problem, but who has no habit, right? Everybody that do those things, they end up having a habit, right? Now, if you do 1 time a year or 2 times a year, right, you're probably not going to have a bad example, but still, it's going to be pictures, it's going to be memories, it's going to spread into your seeds, into your kids and stuff like that, right? And then what the cigar is doing for me anyhow, right? Like really, what the cigar is doing for me anyhow, right? The gym is improving my energy. The gym is getting me healthy, making me look better, right? My skin looks better. Is creating a shield protection against all the things about getting sick, right? So I'm way more. My immune system is way more stronger, right? My body, my joints is way more flexible. My production is to the roof. So it's so much that I'm getting from there, right? But people want to make that as a sacrifice, which is not really a sacrifice, right? It's kind of like, going, they be like, okay, I got to get up extra early. I got to go in there. I got to lift those weights. I got to push a little bit hard. I got to feel the pain, temporary pain, right? You got to start making your, you being out of the comfort zone, your comfort zone, to the point that you be like, this is just the process the way it is. It's kind of like creating a product, service, or putting some time, doing some work to be reward for the compensation for that work that you build. Or it's kind of like putting the seed on the ground and going over there and fertilizing the soil and water and taking care. And when it grows, continue to maintain so you can collect the fruits. Everything in this world, this global, this that we live in, on this world, is a cause and effect. You're gonna have to do something to get something. You're gonna have to make something happen in order for something to happen. You can't just stay still and imagine and things is gonna happen. Positive thinking is good, but you gotta put some action to it. You gotta do something, right? You gotta touch something in order for something to move. right? So those are the two amazing things. Get with your morning routine. I have a video about that. Um, Cutting the flow. Every video I talk about, not cutting the flow. Everything I do, I talk about not cutting the flow. Maybe I just go and create a specific video about not cutting the flow. But definitely, that should be the two things that you should, the two habits that you should bring it in to start your transformation. Thank you for being here with me. Drop your comments. We writing together. Uh, Whatever can help, I'm here. And make the rest of your life the best of your life. God bless you and your family. I'll see you on the next one. Let's go.